decisions. In other moments, we courageously challenged them. Whatever the case was, we were ultimately maturing, fully becoming adults in the world of architecture.
I learned a lot about myself and what I wanted while I was in Paris, the spring of my fourth year. Shad over there and I decided to move in together since we were already pretty good friends, and we thought that it'd be fun to share an apartment in Paris. Calm it down a little. Neither of us had ever leased an apartment in another country before, so we were pretty disorganized and we didn't really know what we were doing. But we finally found one, a studio at a pretty decent rate by Parisian standards. And it was advertised as having plenty of room for two people to share. You can understand how surprised we were then when we walked in and found just one bed. We did our best not to share it. But after many unsuccessful experiments, which included sleeping on the desk chair, underneath the desk, and on top of our suitcases, we decided that it was just time to man up the share. Head to toe. But one night, I was having one of those dreams. Come on. I was having one of those dreams where, you know where you feel like you're falling and you kind of jolt yourself awake? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Well, I was having one of those, and I woke up, kind of shocked, obviously. And I realized that I accidentally kicked Shad in the face while I was waking up. And now he was awake too, and he was a little confused, and I don't think he really knew where he was. But I didn't exactly want to talk to him and tell him that I just kicked him in the face and that's why he was awake. So I decided to just kind of pull my covers up to my chin and pretend that I was asleep until he just forgot about it and went back to bed. And I know this doesn't really make much sense to you, why I would tell you that story, but it is relevant. Living with Shad in that apartment was kind of crazy, but it also taught me a lot too. It taught me that where you eat and sleep isn't always necessarily as important as the experiences you could just have outside, walking around, just living in a city like Paris. Exploring Paris solidified my interest in the way people choose to live as individuals, as families, and as entire populations. It inspired me to research the ideas and politics behind city planning and to seek out a concentration in CRT. Finally, and perhaps most important, 4 months of smuggling with Shad taught me that a crappy living situation doesn't have to be something that gets you down. It can teach you lessons in adaptation. It can solidify a friendship. Right, buddy? And if nothing else, it could be the source of just some funny stories.
This year, reunited and more certain of ourselves, we've at last conquered the glass. On the day that marks half a decade of learning, where are we? It feels somehow as if we're back where we started, back to balancing school and life, seriousness and play, but reverse of first year. School feels like play, while the seriousness of life beyond has become real. When I first came to IIT, I wasn't sure if I wanted to be an architect. All I knew was that I loved design. And after 5 years of dedicated exploration, emotional agony, physical brutality, and more cups of coffee than I care to recollect, I'm confident in the fact that I still don't know if I want to be an architect. But I do know that I'll be fine because of the technical training, work ethic, and respect for collaboration instilled by 5 years of this degree. Throughout this year, standing on the edge of uncertainty, perhaps feeling like we're about to lose something or apprehensive about our futures, we've clung to the things we've learned to rely on. Friendships, collaboration, creative freedom, and the crazy intense work nights that got us through the years before. While this year has largely been spent figuring out what to do after today, I think for a lot of us it's also been trying to regain some of that early camaraderie, either in studio or out. For me, I've never felt that to be more true, and I'm so thankful to have found such a strong studio culture this semester. I've so cherished those midnight 7E runs, the morning breakfast breaks, and that one spontaneous 3 a.m. model crit because they so perfectly summarize my time here and remind me of the necessity of relying on others in the spirit of first and second year. So, as we go off in our separate ways, either in architecture or not, it's comforting to know that this is not goodbye, but see you later. Despite a depressing job market, I'm so excited to see the dreams, passion, and camaraderie of our class hold fast, people pairing off to start firms or do competitions. So I propose a toast. Please raise your liquid containers. My dear friends and fellow classmates, congratulations. Through bricks, concepts, mech-like, and programming, we made it. At long last, welcome to unemployment.
In appreciation, we would like to give you this small token of our esteem for what was a very insightful dissection of your education.